Welcome back. It appears that the Lethbridge Hurricanes have solved their overage player problem. On Sunday, the Canes traded 20-year-old forward Nick Banasisi to the Brandon Wheat Kings. In return, the Canes receive a fifth-round pick in 2014. The move leaves Lethbridge with 3 overage players in Dan Johnston, Ty Rimmer, and Graham Hood. The Lethbridge Hurricanes will hold their annual general meeting tonight. Shareholders will elect a new president after Don Clark announced he would not be seeking re-election, and potentially new board members as well. Here's Don Clark on today's meeting.
The purpose of that meeting is to give guys a chance to voice their opinion, provide direction as required, and fill them in on where we're at. And where we're at is about where we were when we had a shareholders meeting or information meeting in January, and so we'll get through that on Monday, and hopefully there's a good turnout and a good opportunity for people to share their information with us.
Training camp opens tomorrow at the NMAX Center. Finally, with the Western Hockey League, the Red Deer Rebels announced that Brent Sutter is returning as the team's general manager. Sutter is also the owner of the team. Jesse Wallen was the team's GM and head coach, but he is staying on as the team's head coach for now with the Rebels. Switching to soccer, Lethbridge will be hosting an under-14 national soccer event next year. Last October, the city hosted the under-16 club championships, and it was a huge success, so much so that the Lethbridge Soccer Association was offered the opportunity to host this event as well. The event will be held at the University Community Stadium Fields and the Lethbridge Sports Park, and it runs from October 9th to the 14th next year. The Canadian Women's Open champion was too young to collect her prize money. 15-year-old South Korea native Lydia Ko, who lives in New Zealand, shot a 500 par 67 to become the youngest player to ever win an LPGA event. But since Ko's still an amateur, second place Inbee Park took home $300,000 US instead. Despite the big pro win, the grade 11 student says she still plans to remain an amateur and go to college in the U.S. An airman just home from Afghanistan gave his mom the surprise of her life, and as Mike McCormick reports, it was a home run.
Thursday night, the Greenville Drive drove the crowd wild like usual. And while the game was the same, the roster wasn't.
There's a very big plan to do.
Trey Murphy dressed the part of a player, practiced like one.
Sorry, it was fun to actually get back in there and swing a bat for the first time since high school.
And even got treated like the others.
Oh, there we go.
But the game he was here to play wasn't baseball.
I'm honestly worried she's going to squeeze the life out of me.
Murphy, a staff sergeant in the Air Force, was here to surprise his mom, Sarah. He told her he wasn't coming home from Afghanistan until Sunday.
I think we might have need the medics on standby.
His mom, dad, and brother sat in the stands thinking they were special guests for United Service Organization night. During the third inning, the family got called to the field to talk about Murphy's service.
This here is the Murphy family, and they have a son who is overseas.
The whole time, Murphy, disguised as number 26, got closer and closer, and with everyone watching, he became the most valuable player.
So we didn't talk this over. When do you expect Trey home? Because is it right now, by any chance?
Fans flew out of their chairs, alternating between applause and drying their eyes. This went about as well
I'm blown away.
as everyone who was in on it hoped it would.
I thought this is so neat, it is so special because it is overwhelming.
Murphy is home for good now.
Because I really wasn't going to sleep well until I could hug his neck, and
Well, he did that.
A family reunited.
very proud of him. And thank you for everybody who had a part in this.
By quite the curveball.
That is a great story. The fact that
it.
they were able to pull it off, too. Mom was so happy. Typical mom reaction. Well, that was awesome. Yes, indeed.
Well, coming up next, we're going to tell you a harrowing story about a woman, and you hear about this story, whose vehicle gas pedal got stuck on really fast.